our attention to two centers, which is very important for Sahaja Yogis. And also, as the situation is, one is of left Vishuddhi and one of heart itself. Just now when I was coming, I knew there was lots of left Vishuddhis everywhere. And in the car also I felt the same thing. I didn't know what to do. Because there were people who were thinking, I wish we had done this or that. And I was just waiting for a chance to break it, you see. And then suddenly I got a chance and I made fun of the whole thing. The combination between left Vishuddhi and joy is quite a lot. Left Vishuddhi is also of two types. One is where people do not feel guilty. Indians will never feel guilty. Seldom you will find an Indian feeling guilty. Seldom. That's not in their character. I mean, they are adamantly not feeling guilty. Can you believe it? Even if they have done wrong, they'll go on shamelessly. You tell them, then they'll take another course. Then you tell them something, they'll go in another course. But they will never change. They're very adamant, extremely adamant people. Only thing is, if somehow or other you manage to break their adamant nature, then they'll come round. Otherwise they go on. The another thing is the Western left Vishuddhi. Whatever you may try, they will get into guilt. You make them laugh, you tickle them, you joke with them, make them feel nice. For small things they will start feeling guilty. I mean, that's also another adamance. That try to understand that what guilt can we have. Firstly, as Indians are, they never commit mistakes. I mean, if you tell them anything, they said, why do you blame me? I mean, they never take a blame of anything upon themselves. Somehow or other, it is maybe because they have been slaves for 300 years, this kind of a thing they have developed within themselves, that if you take the blame, you are punished. So best thing is never take the blame and never fall into that trap, you see. It's a kind of a egoistical left issue, you can say, a type of. But the another one is incurable. Because the first one cures itself. Anybody who is like that, you say, now supposing you say that you should not do this. Then the person will say, all right, I'll do something else. Then I will recede, I will do this, I will go away, I'll do this. But they will never give up their habits. That's one type. Some of you have that kind. Very few, but have. Now, as we are here to improve ourselves and grow more, we have to understand how we do it. Not to find excuses. It's very easy to say. To say, oh, my health is not good, perhaps somebody is, I'm not good for this, I'm a bad person, all sorts of things. It's just finding faults with yourself. For what? The second type of left Vishuddhis are. Just because that's the only way you can escape yourself. I mean, the net results of both the Vishuddhis is that you do not achieve anything. Isn't it? One person can say that, no, I've done nothing wrong. See, I'll go on like this. And that person will keep quiet, reserved, won't say anything, but will be fast there. Will not smile, laugh, see, lose collectivity. But what is the gain? I mean, you are not going to carry on with these frivolous things all your lives, are you? You have to go further. And where have you to go? To the witness state. You must go to the witness state. Unless and until you witness the whole thing, you do not gain. And how do you witness? By seeing the futility of these kind of angularities you have got. Just witness the drama. Just witness yourself. Just as an actor. Just see these things are happening, all right. So, why should you worry about these things? You should love other person. You should be in a loving mood and a happy and joyous mood. You should not worry as to what is going to happen to yourself or to others. Witness the whole play as a detached person. You go on witnessing it, and the way it develops, you will be a very lovable person having collectivity. Of course, this witness state can be also hampered by some people who are egoistical. We have in Sahaja Yoga some 3-4 people who will remain egoistical whatever I may try, I think now. See, they are very difficult people. They are unpopular, no one likes them, sort of people. They don't understand that collectivity is important. They find faults with everybody, but not with themselves. They go on like that. Sometimes they improve a little, again they go down. But we have to witness all of them. It never justifies your behavior. Supposing somebody is like that. Take an XYZ is like that. It's difficult. He doesn't have collectivity. Say position is like that. You see? So now what should be your attitude? Should you get affected by that? Not at all. If you are a witness, should you get enamored by that or caught by that or become like that? Not at all. Because you are a collective being. What is the third thing you can do? Can you tell me? With such a difficult person, what will you do with such a person? What should we do with such a person? If there is a difficult person with us, there are some people who hate. They hate such a person if he's there. We cannot perfect. We are not supposed to perfect. Are we perfect? Then what should we do? Huh? Yes, that's true. We should love, but sometimes he may misunderstand your love. Not only that, but he might become more sort of aggressive because he takes your love for granted. What should the Sahaja Yogis do? Yes, that's one of them. It's very simple, very close to you, which you forget. What?
Work on him, Mother.
All right, but still simpler. Huh? What is it?
What if he's done that?
That's even simpler than that.
Ignore it.
That's your human style, not Sahaja Yogi style.
Tell him you're not going to stand for that nonsense.
Huh?
Tell him you're not going to stand for the nonsense.
Tell him.
You're not going to stand for the nonsense.
That's again human. Everybody does that. What is the speciality of Sahaja Yogis? Now Gavin is using his brain. Use your heart.
Pray to you, Mother, that everything
Huh?
will be right. Pray to you that everything will be right.
That's it. That's it, she said it. Leave it to me. She said it. That's how Linda has achieved so much. Leave it to me. If you believe in me, then don't worry. Leave it to me. Whatever I say, how to treat that person, just listen to me. Leave it to me. If I am available, you can tell. But leave it to me. I know everything. Just leave it to me. And it can be worked out. As simple as that. Sahaja Yoga is very simple, made easy. Absolutely made easy. But still, we trust ourselves more, isn't it, than the divine. That's what everybody else does. But for Sahaja Yogi, it is important that leave it to me. I know how to manage. I know how to punish, and also I know how to save, and I know how to love. So leave it to me. You may write a letter to me also, which I may never read. Doesn't matter. You may pray. That's the best way. Things work out better. Where is Peter? Has he come?
I'm afraid, Mother, I forgot beetle leaves and he's gone to get them from Pam's house.
He's gone to Pam's house.
Get the beetle leaves you asked for.
All right. It's all right. Forget it. If there are no beetle leaves, doesn't matter. There are so many other leaves here which can be used. In India, it's all right, beetle leaves. Why in England? Maple are the best. I love the maple. You have maple here? This here? Look at these are beautiful ones, aren't they? I love them. Your maple trees are beautiful. So, now how do we make ourselves all right with this guilt business? Feeling guilt. First of all, let us see the people. That's the main problem, I think, is of feeling guilty. When you start witnessing yourself, you start seeing how your mind becomes subtler and subtler as far as the guilt is concerned. First it will start guilt, oh, I should not have said this to someone, or all that starts. By that, actually the another person does not know that you have said something harsh. But you just think that, oh, I should not have said this or said that. And you create a barrier. So, if you witness that this is my mind which is playing a trick on me and just trying to cut me off from that person. Many relations break only because of feeling guilty about things. If you could get over this understanding that never keep anything in the mind about a person, no reservations, then you will be surprised there won't be any guilt in your mind. All the time your mind is pouring these ideas into your head. You go on denying that. They will become subtler and subtler. It will go up to this limit. Like, oh, I should not have done this to mother. It comes to that point. The other way of the thing is praying to mother and feeling guilty about it. I should not have put my feet towards her. Oh God, I've taken her shawl. I should not have done this. I should have done that. These things are not childlike. You have to be childlike, innocent. Nothing is important. Nothing is important than your love. When you are not doing it deliberately. If something is done by mistake, you should not feel bad. For example, I told Pamela at a very subtler level that she can use my bed after 3 days. I mean, she has been using the next day all these years. Nothing happened. But I'm supposed to tell her this. Because there are ganas who are waiting there and they may harm you. But Indians, if they do this, then they are really harmed immediately. Like Mrs. Pradhan, she was thrown out of her bed thrice. She didn't know what was happening. She was fast asleep. She was thrown out. Then she got up and got onto the bed. Again she was thrown out. Then third time she was again on the ground. I said, what is happening here? She said, I don't know, somebody is throwing me out. I said, oh God, that was my bed. You slept in my bed. I'm sorry, I said. Now you come and sleep here. Then she says, now I'm not going to sleep on that bed, mother, because you have slept on that. I'm going to sleep on the ground. But they know. Indians know these things. They understand the auspiciousness. And when they cross it, they are more punished than you people are. Very badly punished. Because you are innocent. You don't know about it. But I have to tell you that you do it like this. Now, if something has happened, then if I say, oh, you should have done it, then immediately the guilt falls on you. So normally I take proper care to tell you before it starts, so that at least it doesn't have the after effects. Because I don't want that you should unnecessarily bother about useless things. These things become important when you have the knowledge of it. This is what is so great about divine. You see, supposing you put your hand in the flame, you'll burn, isn't it? But after getting realization, it's just the other way round. If you commit mistakes and you do not know about it, then you are not harmed. But knowing if you do something, if you know and you forget, then you may be harmed. Thus you will realize that there is a divine hand which is guiding you and looking after you. Unless and until you learn how to witness the thing, you can never enjoy life. So your witness state must be improved. Now what goes against witness state in the West? We'll see the Western point of view. The first of them is that we have not heard of Krishna very much before. I mean, many people never must have known about him. So we are more identified with Christ. There cannot be like that. In Sahaja Yoga, you have to be identified equally with everything. You cannot be identified with your eyes more than your nose, can we? I mean, we need both of them. We can't do away with any one of them. It's like that. So everybody is equally important and harmonizing, and they are just one. They are a unity. We cannot understand that unity because we are not perfect ourselves. And we have never seen such unity in life. I mean, no two persons in this world I have seen who are that united so far, as all these persons are united within themselves. So, if such a unity is existing between them, if you try to disunite them, they themselves get angry. They don't like it. It's like if you try to pull your hair, the head doesn't like it, the body doesn't like it, no one likes it. In the same way, they don't like it at all. And both of them get angry. You must understand them in their right perspective. In the West, people have not realized much about Krishna, nor do they respect him as much as they respect Christ. But Christ doesn't like it. That's why you catch on Agya, a combination fits in. And also Vishuddhi is catching. Vishuddhi Agya catch is the worst thing I feel sometimes. Because in between these two lies the heart. You can imagine what a granthi it would be in the heart. So you have to develop that love for Krishna and understanding about it. Anybody anything says against Krishna, they are saying against me. I know for definite it is me only. Anybody anything says against Muhammad, I will stand up and I'll really be angry and furious. If they say against me as I am today, I may not so much. Because they don't know about the other person. So you have to understand that you have to be united. Now those who have been Hare Krishna people, they don't want to hear about Christ. Their guru has told them don't worry about Christ, so they don't want to hear about Christ. There's another type who don't want to hear about, say, Muhammad. But Sahaja Yogis must know that we must develop the proper understanding of Krishna if you have to have this. Now you must know that he is the primordial being. He is the one who is the whole. You have to become one with him. He is the complete awareness, the chitta, complete. Now we have to become one with him. So first of all, collectivity has to be developed. Another reason why Christian nations are ego-oriented, because they have no sense of collectivity within themselves. They are very individualistic, you see. They must have their own bathrooms, their rooms painted. I am told the Warwick Road people are very busy painting their rooms and things. I mean, this is my daughter, this is my sister, this is my wife, this is my husband, my, goes on, morning till evening. There's no sharing at all. Collectivity is very poor. They can't understand that we can share everything with each other. And when it comes to sharing with such people, it happens that they spoil. For example, you call people or you give them something that belongs to another person. They'll spoil it. On the contrary, those who are people who are collective, when they go to somebody's house, or if they have somebody else's things, they'll be more careful about that than their own. Like Patricia has been asking that, mother, you come and stay in my house because you want to shift from your house, will be a good idea. When my grandchildren were here, we didn't want to go there because they may spoil her house. Then I will now, you see, sort of, there's a hesitation, thinking that we should not spoil her house. I mean, if we are living in this house, we are spoiling it already. We don't want to spoil that house. You see, this kind of a feeling should be, by going to somebody, you should not spoil. But if you go there, for example, now we are in, say, Pamila's house. Do we understand how should we live in that house? I've already seen 3-4 things broken there. Why? Because we have no collectivity, the understanding that we should not look after our things. You see, we look after our things more, and that we don't look after others' things. I tell you, if you start giving up looking after your own things, you start looking after others' things. If you have to grow in Sahaja Yoga, first thing is we must grow in collectivity. We are worried more about our feelings. If somebody says something to us, we'll go and beat that person. But we don't mind about the feelings of others. Then collectivity is less. And this is one of the drawbacks. I think the ego developed in this country much more, because there was no existence of Krishna felt at that time. If people had felt his existence, they would never have gone that far, because they should know that we are part and parcel of the whole, and we have our own limitations. We cannot go beyond that. He is there, we have to achieve that. While because Indians were not conscious of Christ, they went on with their karma theories, that those who are suffering have to suffer, and those who have to do this like that. And they said that yes, those are who are born Brahmins, they thought, oh, we are higher people and these people have to suffer. In any way, both amounts to ego. So we have to understand, we are Sahajogis. We are people responsible for changing the whole world, transforming the whole world into a beautiful place. So we have to change ourselves. We should not find any excuses. We should decide that whatever may happen, we are going to change ourselves and not others. Even if that person is your brother, sister, wife, husband, you should change, not the other person. If you start changing, you will set in motion this thing. While many people just don't want to change, they go about with it. Every time you talk to them, they're like that. What are you doing about it? You have to work it out. So for Vishuddhi, I would say that you should see the collectivity of Sri Krishna. He married 16,000 women. Now people might say, oh God, that's too much. And he had 5 queens, you see. Actually, these 16,000 women are nothing but his 16,000 powers. Now, he could not have Sahajogis as his children, you see. He was very young. So he thought of this trick that let his powers be born as women and he'll have them as wives. And it was all a big drama. And the 5 queens are the 5 elements who were incarnated. Just to use these 5 elements, he had them as his queens. It's a story, a very secretive story, and one has to understand in that line. So his collectivity was so great. Narada was the one who used to create problems, you see. He went and told one of the wives that, oh, this Krishna, he does not love you. He only loves Radha. You are under wrong ideas that he loves you. He just loves Radha, he does not love anyone. She's the one he really cares for. So they got jealous. And they went and told Sri Krishna that, see, we think that you only love Radha, you're just befooling us. And we are not going to be your wives anymore the way you are. In your heart of hearts, you love Radha. He said, who told you that? He said, Narada. He said, all right, I know this Narada. So Narada came to see Sri Krishna, and Narada then heard a great scream from Sri Krishna. Narada said, what has happened? He said, oh, terrible pain in my stomach. Oh no, terrible pain. I just can't get over it. So Narada got a fright and he said, now what should we do? You better tell us the medicine. He said, if you can give the dust of your feet for me to drink, I'll be all right. See the tricks of the witness. So he said, oh God. Narada said, I can't give because I know he is the primordial being. I can't give dust of my feet for him to drink. That would be such a bad thing to do. And I'll have all the sins of the world upon myself. I'm not going to do it. He said, I'm not doing it. He said, anybody who thinks he's my bhakta can do it. And you can ask my wives, that's a better idea. So Narada went round. He said, oh, he's in terrible pain. Why don't you give the dust of your feet? He said, no, nothing doing. See, as it is, he doesn't love us. In his heart is only Radha. And he wants us to give the dust of our feet. We are not mad. We'll have no punyas. We'll have no good deeds for us. And what's going to happen? So, Sri Krishna said, if you cannot give me, then what am I to do now? I have got terrible pain. And somebody has to do it. So, Narada said, what do you suggest yourself? He said, you go and ask Radha. She's the only person left now. So he went to Gokul. And the Vrindavan, that area, has got the dust of yellow color, like a pollen, the color of a pollen. And he went and told that he's got pain in the stomach. And now what to do? He said, and what did he say? He said, if you give the dust of your feet, he'll be all right. He said, take it, just now you take it. He said, aren't you worried? He said, about what? He's the primordial being. You give me your dust. What will happen? She didn't feel guilty. She said, this is for that. Take it up. And he scrapped some of the dust. He said, aren't you worried? You'll be losing completely in your punyas and all that. She said, oh, don't you worry. And she said, he's the one who makes me do all the sins, and he's the one who makes me love others, and he does everything. I'm not bothered. It is his lookout. If he has asked for it, better take it. So he went to Krishna. The beauty of the story is here. He went to Sri Krishna and told him that she's given the thing. He said, bring it, Ali. And he drank. And Krishna, he said, but I was surprised at her answer, that it is you who do all kinds of sins and this and that. And you are the one who makes her love others, and whatever he does is say not things, she doesn't bother about it. She's not worried about papa and punya. She's not worried about sin and good deeds. She said, it's he who does everything. I have nothing to bother. Let him do what he likes. If he wants it, I'll give. I'm surprised she's not bothered. So Sri Krishna said, all right, you just watch just now. Watch my heart. And Sri Krishna opened his heart, and in the heart was Radha's. It was a lotus, and the lotus had the pollen, and her feet were touching that pollen. If her feet are touching that pollen there, then what is the punyas? and what are the apunyas. If her feet are in his heart, then what is to decide? See the beauty. The poetry of the divine is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. If you understand the poetry, then you will never feel guilt. You are unnecessarily taking out thorns out of flowers. The beauty is so much. It's so beautiful it is. The whole thing is so poetic. That to understand that poetry, you have to cut down all these ideas of cursing yourself and saying bad things to yourself. Leave everything to the divine in full understanding and in full love. You don't need much imagination for that. It's just when you go to your heart and see for yourself how much you've got. Just think. When you think of your guilt, you think, where were you? What was your condition? Did you ever expect that you will get realization sitting down in London watching Thames television? And you got it. Just think of the blessings and the grace. And forget about feeling guilty. Just be joyous and happy. And smile at yourself. There should be giggle all the time behind the lips. When these things will happen to you, then you will start feeling the joy within you. And that joy should be felt. It's just a play of the divine, which is to be seen as a play and not as something serious and a horrible thing which makes you guilty. No. No more you are going to feel guilty. But if you are doing something wrong against Sahaja Yoga, by which you are bringing bad name to Sahaja Yoga, then you must immediately correct. Such people will be definitely punished, whether they feel guilty or not. There's no doubt about it. But if you are losing in collectivity, you better improve. There are many people like that. First thing they'll say, I was never told, I did not know, he should tell me. Some people will never tell. You see, this is the same style of people. Why not be open? Just open. You see flowers? They are always on top of the tree. Do they hide themselves under some roots and things? Only the creepers, horrible ones, like snakes and worms and all these things, they hide. Why do they hide? Because they can't face the beauty of sun. They can't face the beauty of collectivity. So they hide. And these scorpions, they hide. Why should you hide anything from each other? Be open. Talk to each other openly without any reservations. I mean, small things like people used to first grudge. Mother, she's taken away my soap. And I used to say, oh God, look at these people. Oh, I can't use that soap, you see. Perhaps you have not noticed I've been using a common soap there throughout. I deliberately did not use my soap. I left my soap down there so that you can use it for a different purpose. I play like this all the time with you. But you have to also start playing with me, otherwise you will not be in the game. You will be left out, you will never enjoy. And not only that, you will be misfits. But like the way other fellow has asked me, that how do you go to eternal hell? I answered him very simply. I said, you can take 2 running jumps and go there. Imagine the fellow doing that. It's like that. So this is how we create our heavens and our hell. Sahaja Yoga is not for people who want to go to hell. It's very easy. But to deny Sahaja Yoga and to defy it after coming to it, and not to accept the verdict of Sahaja Yoga, and to displease the deities, is the worst thing one can do. Either you don't come. If you come, you have to obey and understand that these are the laws which are eternal and you cannot surpass them. You accept them, then you enjoy. What's the use of denying them? If you do not accept them, you cannot enjoy yourself and you'll create a hell for yourself and for others. So today I say that let us open our heart, just like the flowers. We have to come up the tree. Let us compete in giving more, being nice to others instead of criticizing. And sometimes people come and tell me, oh, he did like this. I don't like it much. Unless it is fundamentally something wrong, you should not. And I know how many people can carry on with others. That's very important. So the collectivity must be brought in. But your character itself should be such that people should say, oh, she's very sweet, or he's very nice, and he's nice to everyone. Then also they should say not only that, but their ideal, the way they behave, especially husband and wives. I've seen that some of them are very much appreciated, some of them are neutral type, and some of them are condemned. When you are married before me, it's your moral responsibility to see that you really create a good relationship and do not hate each other. One should not judge by other norms like, you see, he didn't bring me a sari or he didn't bring me a frock or something like that. But we have to be ideals. I've seen either they are dominated or they do not want to get dominated or they dominate. There are only three categories. Wise are those who get over this category and make a beautiful thing out of it. That's the challenging point. And all such people who can take up the challenge have been married. If they fail, I don't think anybody will marry again. Most of them may remain bachelors or spinsters or what you call them. So it's not good. Those who are married have a great responsibility. To be sensible, not dominating at all by any chance. Nobody has business to say don't do that. Nobody. After Sahaja Yoga. Before Sahaja Yoga is all right. After that not to say don't. And you don't have to be also off-handed by doing everything that you want to do yourself. Both things are wrong. There should be combination and understanding. I think the married people have much greater responsibility than the unmarried in Sahaja Yoga. Then the mothers and the parents are also very responsible people. They have to guide others how they have to live with each other. The norms have to change. It's not how much you are educated or what you know and efficiency. That's not so important in Sahaja Yoga at all. How much you earn, or it's not important. What is important is how you deal with each other and enjoy each other. How much capacity you have got to enjoy each other. And that's the way you really transform yourself into a beautiful, joyous personality and others too. I hope the rain would stop and we'll have our puja now. So may God bless you. Enjoy every bit of it. Enjoy every bit of it.